The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are not necessarily representative of the coalition or any other entity. This content is intended for mature audiences only.
Throwdown. What's going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 135. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and today I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Brian Manjoma.
Yo.
Adam Vale.
What's up? What's up?
All right, and we got two very special guests with us. Joining us once again, the one, the only, Mr. HipHopGamer.
Yo, what's going on, man? One love and God bless. Thanks, Tony, for having me. Throwdown. It's about to get really special tonight. That's all I'm gonna say right now. So.
All right, and it's gonna be very special because we got a first-time guest. We've been friends with this guy for a long time, but finally got him on Throwdown. My man, Mr. Andrew Alliance.
What's up, man? Thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it, bro.
Yo, like podcast extraordinaire, editor-in-chief, the show, radio, all that stuff, man. Craziness, bro. This is like podcasting excellence going on right now, son.
I appreciate you, man.
Yo, man. So, before we start, Andrew, we're gonna, talk to you a little bit, get to know you a little better, But before that, Andrew, you were talking some shit.
I was. I wouldn't necessarily put it in those words, but I definitely was.
He's like the kid in the playground just starting fights. Yo, you talking that shit?
That I was saying to him, HipHopGamer, he's not a real gamer, right?
Ooh.
He's not, right? Because his TV is only 65 inches, bro. That's it. That's it, bro.
Oh
my God, bro.
Yo,
that's my brother, man. I gotta show him love. I know he gets a lot of hate on Twitter, and some of that hate started spewing before we even recorded. But I mean, I'm just appreciated. I appreciate him, and I appreciate everything that he's doing in the industry, as well as you guys, and just honored to be here, man.
That's what's up, man. Now let's address that real quick, because before we started, some guy was asking me on Twitter, was like, "Yo, why you fuck with HipHopGamer, man? He don't beat games." I'm like, "This motherfucker's my friend, man. What the fuck does that shit matter, So hip hop, what do you got to say about that, man?
Oh, well, what I gotta say is, like, for somebody to say I don't beat games, that don't make no sense, because I beat damn near every game that I play. And also, a lot of people, they want you to do things the way they do them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, I know mad people that didn't beat Horizon Zero Dawn yet. I know mad people that didn't even play it yet. I beat it. I played it. So does that mean that he's not a real gamer or she's not a real gamer because they didn't beat a game that I just beat? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I just don't get that. That's just ignorance. So I don't really entertain that. But for him to say I'm not a real gamer because I don't beat games, that doesn't make any sense, because I do beat games, and you can check my trophy list and to see that I do beat games, and I've been beating games since I was 4 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that doesn't even make any sense. And then in terms of somebody not being real, that don't make sense at all, because if I wasn't real, why are you talking to me?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't waste my time, man.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be something for you to know who I am, because I damn sure don't know who the person that said it. So that right there answers that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. But anyway, man, thank you for both of you guys for being on. Going to be a very, very special night tonight. A couple of things here before we start.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, man? Yeah, you already know, man. All right. So, our boy Carlos, he's not here tonight because my man is in Japan right now.
Nice. So we're going to Japan.
Well, actually, he's on his way there, because what happened is he has he's going to a wedding in Korea, right? But he was like, "Hey, since I'm going to be in the neighborhood, may as well go to Japan beforehand, So he's going to be having fun out there. So we'll hopefully see him in about 2 weeks. He'll come back to Throwdown and hopefully regale us with some stories, Another thing is, speaking about Twitter bullshit, your boy is back, man. No more of that Ramideth _ shit. I got my username back. I got my account back and my username back, man. Fucking awesome, man.
Nice.
And again, like I said on that video, and like I said to all the haters that came after me, kiss my ass. I'm back, baby. Fuck all of you, man. Being real. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. I want to let's get to know Andrew a little better, man. Now, since you're a first timer, we gotta grill you, Your gaming origin story, bro. Where did it all start for you?
I started with my mom, 1987. She bought me a Nintendo. Pretty much the agreement was you clean the house for a week, and we're going to give you that Nintendo at the end of the week. So once that happened, started playing Mario, Contra, and all those games that Zelda. And then from there, it went from Sega Genesis to Sega Saturn to PlayStation. From PlayStation, I went to Xbox stuff for a while. So the Xbox is up until 360. Then I got a PlayStation 3 for free from the community. So that got me back into PlayStation. I'm back on the train, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So
I got a quick question because before the show, I was complimenting you on your cup, right? You're drinking
Word.
tea out of it. Now,
Word.
I got a question for you. Was one of those games that you played, was it Mega Man?
Yeah, I played with Mega Man. Mega Man was always, that's a dope cup, man. I'm gonna need that. No, so Mega Man was always an interesting game to me. It was a difficult game, trying to run through that. I think, I visited that a few times, but I definitely went back to the Contras. And I think even today, as far as like emulators and things are concerned, I always go back to the Contras and the River City Ransoms and those games that, I really enjoyed back in the day.
That's what's up, man. And now, how did you get into this whole podcasting thing? Like, what was the first thing that really like made you go, you know what? I could do this, man.
Well, so the thing is, I always wanted to have the ability to talk to the world, right? So as far as radio versus podcasting is concerned, radio, you need a lot of experience and a lot of capital up front to get to a point where you can actually produce, right? So the internet has allowed us to get to a place to have a level playing field to do what we love, right? And really, it was a selfish thing. I wanted people to hear what I have to say, right? To some degree, we all go that route, as well as we like to hear the sound of our own voice, some of us, right? So there was a little bit of that involved, to be honest, right? So once you start recording, and I mean, we're 351 episodes in, right?
Ooh.
8 years.
Nice.
8 years in.
Nice.
Man.
Right. So, but it feels new. It feels new because at 340, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, I added a co-host, and she's dope. So shout outs to her, Daniela, Miss DJ M on Twitter. So everything feels new now because I was stubborn for a long time to depend on somebody else to share the platform. Right. So I'm still working through that stubbornness because it's very uncomfortable to share my baby with somebody else. But she's been a loyal friend online for about 5 years, and we've always supported each other's work. So, and even at the beginning, listening to a lot of podcasts, going back to your original question, listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of shows, made me want to be one of those voices and meet these individuals that I loved and respected. So that's part of it too.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. 8 years, bro. Holy shit. That's incredible. Not a lot of people could say that. So, you got to be proud of yourself, man.
Yeah. I mean, so you have that say of the 8-year stat, 17 years marriage. My daughter's about to be 15. She's about to go into her second year of high school. So I love cars. I love watches, right? I love games. I don't, I guess, discriminate as far as what console I'm going to play on, that kind of a thing. So it's just new. Like I was saying before we started, this is all new to me again, man. And I love it. I'm just having fun.
Yeah. And you're soon maybe going to be back on YouTube, right? Maybe sort of.
Yeah. Based on all the stuff that we talked about, I'm really considering it because we record local tracks anyway on both sides. So that's not necessarily going to change, but I definitely want to pitch that and have a conversation, with her and see what she says in regards to that. But she's on Twitch anyway, so this is not a new on-camera thing for her. So, but it'll definitely be a transition to see each other like every Sunday, and record. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason we do this show too, is because I don't get to really see these guys all the time, but we at least 2 times a week we get to just hang out, talk about games. It's fucking awesome,
Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, man, let's get into it. Now, hip hop, man, you wanted to be on tonight for a very, very special reason, man. You got a monster in your house right now, don't you, man?
Yeah, man, I got a couple of monsters. All right, so check this out, right? All right, so first off, let me set this up right. Y'all can see me, right?
Yeah, we see you, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. So, hold on.
There you go.
All right, so this right here is the 65-inch Sony Z9D, the latest Sony TV, 4K HDR, native 120 hertz, motion flow XR 1440. Yo, I got titties now, son. They just came out, and I'm trying to put them back though. Trying to put them back, but I got this joint. So I want to give a big shout out to B&H Photo because I developed a partnership with them. So now they sent me the TV. This is dope. So I'm still testing it out. I'm just discovering like all the new functions and everything like that. You know how I got to do with my settings, but that right there is crazy. I'm looking at PS4 Pro 4K. This is the NBA 2K joint. And I looked at Horizon Zero Dawn just a little bit, and it's crazy. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, let them know that, yo, like, if you're a hardcore gamer, like, seriously hardcore gamer, man, these are the type of, like, you got to just, like, invest in, like, your equipment, man, to really get the most out of what we love. And it's crazy. And then I want to talk about this.
Oh, shit.
Right there. So I'm also, so check it out. So I'm also sponsored by Origin. So this is my Origin PC, code name Myra, M-I-R-A. That's the Hot 97 logo, HipHopGamer show, HipHopGamer, you know what I'm saying? And this right here is a beast. It's a Intel, hold on, my bad. It's a Intel Core i7 7700K at 4.2 gigahertz, and then the graphics cards is 2 GeForce GTX 1080s in SLI enabled. Listen, man. I don't care what nobody gotta say. It doesn't matter. I don't care where your soul came from, even though your soul came from the Lord, so I do care about that, of course. But I'm just saying, real talk, I'm playing games and seeing things that I never seen before, and it is mind-blowing what this machine could do, but it's also mind-blowing just seeing what developers have done when you see their work at the highest level. It is insanity. I'm playing Doom all over again, and I'm like, I can't believe it looked like this. It's no words, man. It's crazy. So now the thing is,
how's Crash Bandicoot running on that shit?
Oh man, I don't have my emulator. I don't have my emulator. But I will say this. I played Bully.
Yeah,
the Scholarship Edition from way back. Oh my God, it's like a whole new game running it at 1080p. You gotta understand, this is a PlayStation 2 game, all right? And I'm playing it with 1080p, VSync on, all of that. I'm like, yo, this is Bully, and it looks crazy.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
So how are you playing it? You're playing it with what kind of? Are you playing with a controller now? Do you have to
everything I play with a controller? I don't use that mouse and keyboard stuff. That joint is whack to me. I can't do it.
So what controller are you playing with? What system controller are you playing with?
Xbox, the Xbox One controller.
Okay,
that's what I use mainly. But I'm gonna use that PlayStation 4 controller too. They got an app for that, like software for that. So I'm gonna use that. But right now I'm just using the Xbox One controller. And yo, man, it's just incredible, man. Like I was up here playing Shadow of Mordor, and I'm like, yo, 4K, 60 frames per second, lock, all settings on. It just looks, when you cut somebody's head off, I can see inside their brain from the skin color of their head. It's ridiculous.
Question, because when you show the video, it had 2 power supplies, external power supplies. Now, is this thing loud?
Yeah. Oh, you know what's so funny, man? No, it's not. But they do have an option where you can max out the fan. And if you max out the fan to get maximum performance, it's loud as hell. So I don't do that. I don't need to use it, but it can get extremely loud if you choose to. But normally, no, it's not. Normally, just turn the game on and play it. It's fine. But here's what I will say, because people don't know. A lot of people don't know this. whatever game you run, like if you're trying to run Doom 4K 60 frames per second and you want to use the other card, what you got to do is you got to go to the NVIDIA. Listen, everybody, you got to go to the NVIDIA control panel, right? Then you go to program settings and you choose the game that you want to run. And then when you choose the game that you want to run, you got to go down to where it says SLI rendering mode, and you got to choose Force Alternate Rendering 2, and then choose when they talk about battery power, and set it to maximum performance, and then that will activate the cards for that game and stuff like that.
Damn,
so it's two cards
real
running instead of one.
gamer now, bro. You
you need the
man.
power. So you need the power supply plugged in. So you need
Wait, what happened?
So you need the power supplies plugged in order for the cards to work, or can they run off of just the battery?
No, hell no. You need the power supply. If you're using this computer and you don't have the power supply on, then you're doing like video editing, searching the web. You may play a game here and there, but you maximizing shit without it being plugged in. Period.
All right.
So how did you decide on that machine specifically? Why those specs? Why that machine specifically? How did you come to that conclusion?
Because I saw a video of The Witcher 3, which I know is an extremely demanding game, and I saw it running at 4K 60 frames per second. And when I saw it, I was like, yo, I love Witcher 3. Look at my shirt, son. Come on, son. You see my shirt? So like Witcher 3, that's one of my favorite games. And when I saw the video of this dude running it, I was like, yo, this shit crazy. So then I saw his specs, and I was like, and then I saw other videos where you can't run 4K 60 frames per second with just one graphics card. It's not happening. Like, you can get a 1080 Ti, and some games will do it, but not all games running in 4K 60 with ultra settings, even with one card. It's not happening. You need two cards. So when I saw the dude setup, I was like, yo, I need, like, at first I was gonna get two Titans, but then the way my deal worked out, I was able to get the two 1080s, and I knew that was enough for me to run any and every game that's out and that's coming out in for years to come at 4K 60. So with all settings on. So, but I'm getting another computer too. I'm getting, because that's a laptop. So I'm getting a desktop with two 1080 Ti's in it.
That's the one you've been talking about for at least a year. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, the desktop version. So I'm getting that. But the laptop, I had to have that because obviously it's portable, and there's a lot of business, deals and things that I got going on that's going to make that make sense. So it makes sense to have a laptop anyway. So when I'm out and about, and just a branding standpoint.
Okay, so obviously video production.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I can use Max. I can do literally anything. Literally, I can do anything, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, video editing, gaming, like, you got it all right there, man. Shit.
Everything is much faster.
Yeah. What's it again?
No, I said everything is much faster. How much, noticeable is it for you now, especially when you're putting up the videos? Because I know you do a lot of video stuff on YouTube. So how much time now do you get cut down from, your previous machine that you used to work on?
Oh, well, in terms of like decoding, the video, like once you like have everything set up and edited, and you about to decode it and stuff like that, so that it could turn into a file that you use to upload. Dude, that's oh my god, son. This is like take me probably 20 minutes to download, it'll take me 2.
Yeah, like render, you're talking about like rendering, right?
2 minutes to render.
Yeah,
like literally like 2. Yeah, it literally take like, and what I mean by that, I can let's say I had like a 5-6 minute video. That 5-6 minute video would take me so long on the old computer that I had. Seriously, my computer that I had is so old that it got mad at me. Like, it would talk to me. It would come to life and be like, "Why you still using me, son? Like, for real? Like, you want some? Like, so you're not going? So this is what you gonna do to me, dog? Like I had conversations with my old computer just because it was like, hitting the crack pipe at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was that bad. So now I'm cruising in Ferrari status, yo. It's a whole nother world for me right now. So it's just incredible. But the cool thing about it is, especially as a gamer, I want to do. Like, it's like no boundary, like, there's no limits, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's really, really exciting. Just being able to do what I want to do, mess around with this, mess around with that, And no, also I got cheat codes, baby. I miss Game Genie, so now I got that back with the PC, son. I be having infinite health, infinite ammo. Like, wait till you see me play Dark Souls 3. I'm running through that game, killing everybody.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, don't say that
Word
to Brett.
up.
He'll be
They gonna hit me up like, what? What happened?
I said, don't say that shit to Brett, man. That'll hurt his soul, you know?
He'll get over it. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Word up. You know what I'm saying? I play games the way I want to play them. I'm tired of getting my ass whipped in this damn Dark Souls. It's their time to get the same treatment. I'm playing on the hardest level just so I can laugh at them trying to beat me.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh, hey, there's Brett. Hey, Brett, how you doing, man? Let's see if we can, he'll talk when he talks. But yeah, hey, Brett, if you can hear me. So Hip Hop just finished saying that he's gonna play Dark Souls with cheat codes so he can just blast through the game.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? What do you make of that?
That's some high class trolling right there.
You call it what you want. It's my shit. I'm playing the way I want. Word up.
Oh man.
For real.
Yeah, but Hip Hop, the other reason I wanted you on the show is because you want to talk about Project Scorpio with regards to your new joint, So
yeah. So what I want to make clear with people is that when I first did a video on the unboxing on my laptop, I titled it my Myra is 18 teraflops. It outperforms Xbox Scorpio, and everybody's like, why are you comparing a PC to a console? Why are you comparing this, comparing that? We all know it is that doesn't make any sense. You just trying to tear Xbox down. I'm like, no, listen, everybody got to watch what they say. You know what I'm saying? And too many people just be letting shit slide. I love what Microsoft is doing. I love Xbox Play Anywhere. I love being able to play my Gears of War on my laptop in ways that I never even seen it. Like, I love the fact that they did that for someone, like me that has the laptop now. But the thing is, when they first came out with that video at E3, one of the things that the girl said in the video was that this console will run at 4K, 60 frames per second, uncompromised. And other things that they were saying in the video was, this is wait, what else they said? Oh, it's the We Heard You console. This is the console that the developers wanted us to build. This is like, all the hype. And I'm like, okay. But then when I'm talking to developers on camera and off camera, they can never give me a clear-cut answer. They always say, like, we're going to try to do it, or we don't want to confirm that because such and such. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to do the things that they initially said that they'll be able to do, that they could do. And it's already been proven, and y'all will find that out later on once games actually start coming out and people have the Scorpio in their house. You're going to find out yourself. I think this is the same thing that messed up Xbox One. Matrick doing his thing, with all this bad messaging. It's not good to say things or put certain things out there if it's to a situation where they can't live up to it. And that's it's a problem because it's like false advertising. And the thing is, whenever I talk to developers about the laptop that I got, immediately they be like, yo, I wish I had that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they know what they could do with it. So that's why I made that video singling out the Xbox Scorpio, because obviously it's more powerful than PS4 Pro. That goes without saying. But I singled out Xbox Scorpio simply because of the claims that they made. And because you're not going to see, like, I'm going to give you an example, right? I can use one of my GTX 1080s. Now, GTX 1080 alone is more powerful than a Scorpio. So I can use one of my 1080s. And if I play Gears of War 4 with one 1080 with all the settings up, I'm getting like 40 frames per second. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, like think, like,
Well, they're doing
it
that. It
doesn't make any sense to say shit like that. So that's why I wanted to address this. And I also wanted to show off the computer because I want people to, if you're so hyped and amped and excited about getting 4K 60 frames per second gameplay at the highest level, the only way you're going to be able to do that currently is going the PC route. And if that's the case, I got something to show you that's going to achieve that. That's why I made the video. That's why I'm so excited, because I know I'm experiencing what everybody say they want.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And the thing is, these guys are out there literally saying that with the Scorpio's current specs that it could do 4K 60 frames on every game. These guys are fucking crazy.
No, yeah, it's not that last part. It can do the system is capable of doing 4K 60 frames per second, and then Microsoft can turn around and say like, well, if the developers can't figure out how to utilize the horsepower, like, or where they want to allocate their power to, and they want to make a prettier game that doesn't run at that's their prerogative. But it technically still can run a game at 4K 60 frames per second. But that's the same as saying an easy bake oven can technically bake you a birthday cake. Like, yeah, and it can technically bake enough birthday cakes to feed 8 people, but that doesn't mean it can make an 8-person birthday cake. Like, you have to listen to the claims. Like, yeah, technically they're right, but does it have enough power to push most of the games?
No. Technically, they're not right. Because they said they could do 4K 60 uncompromised.
Yeah, but they did. But they left out the part on certain
uncompromised. See,
they left
for
out,
example,
they left
I could run 4K. If I was to use one 1080 card, I could do 4K 60 on Gears of War 4, but I would have to set my settings to high, some settings to medium. I can't put this setting on insane. That's making compromises to achieve the frame rate that I want.
Hip hop. The thing
you
is,
telling me you don't got to make compromises? I want to see all my shit in all this glory at 4K 60 since you made that statement. So don't tell me that.
Here's the thing: you got to listen to the slick way that they're messaging this shit. And that's how they're going to get away with it.
Why you sound so low? It's so weird. I can't hear
you sound low too, by the way, hip hop.
Everybody sounds fine.
I do?
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
Anyway,
Yeah, just look at his shirt, man.
Yo, am I sounding good? Okay. So the thing is that you got to.
It's like it got mad low.
Yeah, fuck with the sounds because he was trying to talk and you just kept going. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing, hip hop. You got to listen to the slick way that they're messaging this stuff. They purposely saying, when they say uncompromised, they didn't say everything will be uncompromised. You know, they said they just said uncompromised in a general statement. So a lot of this stuff is just dependent on what's going to happen. So yes, okay, officially they can do an uncompromised 60 frames per second on certain games.
Yeah, like a puzzle game or something small, right? You know,
yeah, on a puzzle game or an indie game or any one of those other things. So, I mean, the thing is that even the PlayStation Pro has done 1-to-1 4K, but not all their games are 1-to-1 4K. Not any of their.
But the difference is, PlayStation never made those claims. They just said this. If
they never did make those. They obviously they never did make those sorts of claims. But Sony's also having a little bit of an issue too because a lot of games are not taking advantage of the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
So and that's a problem. I don't like the fact that Sony is coming out with PS4 Pro labeled games, but then the game ain't taking advantage of that shit. That's
not all of them. Not all. They would say usually they have the little Pro thing on the back of it to kind of let people know, or they'll have a patch.
Yeah, by the way, hip hop, just put some headphones on, you'll be all right, man.
So who specifically?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like,
so who specifically are they leaning on? Are they leaning on the fact that there's a learning curve that's going to take place with the individuals working on these new consoles? Because even with PlayStation 3, correct me if I'm wrong, there was a learning curve towards the end of the actual system where the games are getting better and better over time. So are we revisiting that same learning curve for the new system that's getting ready to come out in November?
I'm glad you asked that question because no one's talked about that at all, because everybody's just under the assumption that they've got these systems mastered, which they don't, I don't think.
No, it's going to take a while. Well, it was because they were saying about the cell chip that they were using, the cell processor for the PS3, and that it was difficult. But supposedly this one for the PS4 is supposed to be more developer friendly.
Yeah,
You really shouldn't have to have that issue.
Well, what about for the Scorpio though?
Well, here's the thing, Scorpio. Let's just be honest, right? Okay, Scorpio is basically a souped-up Xbox One, just like the PS4 Pro is a souped-up PS4. So I don't know how much room there is to learn something new because both of them have a more powerful GPU and a slightly more powerful CPU. The CPU is I'm going to talk about the CPU in a bit because I didn't know this. Like apparently the CPU on the PS4 Pro is only 31% faster or more powerful than the normal PS4. But for the Scorpio, it's the same thing. It's only 31% more powerful, the CPU. So I'm like, okay, you have a better GPU there. That's cool. but you're still gonna hit that bottleneck with the CPU. So like, there's some Digital Foundry that said this. It's like, okay, Destiny 2 cannot run at 4K 60 on Pro, and it probably won't be able to do that shit on Scorpio either because of the CPU. You know, so there's still limits there because at the end of the day, these consoles are not meant to be next gen. They're just an upgraded version of the current joints. You know,
Right.
That's what's going on here. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying, and I'm glad you said that, hip hop, because these dudes expecting Scorpio to be like the mother of all consoles.
Yeah, and that's not what it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hip-hop,
Yeah, I love the fact that the Scorpio has 12 gigs of RAM. I love that.
Yeah. By the way, you I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so you hear us fine now, right?
Yeah, but now he's got to fix his side.
Just fix your sound if you can. You know,
Wait, what happened?
like your audio quality is just shitty now. You know, like before.
dude, you sound like a political rapper.
Wow. Wow.
Now we can't hear you at all. Yeah,
Come
there's
back,
always
hip-hop. Come back.
difficulties for hip-hop.
Come back, bro.
Yeah, you got to get better sponsored headphones, son. I know you can hear me.
Yo,
But
my headphones is great. I don't know.
Don't
Like,
blame Throwdown because everybody else is like, fine, but you.
I ain't blaming nobody. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just saying that I really don't understand because like everything I'm doing now is what I did before and it worked. So I don't understand why it's not.
You can hear us, right? You're good now. Hip hop, you can hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. So
I don't know if he can hear me now.
Yeah, he said yeah.
I can hear you. You can hear me?
No, we're good. Don't fuck with anything. You're good now.
Okay, all right, cool.
All right, man. So, but yeah, dude, that fucking this is the other reason I'm going to instigate a little bit of a fight right now, right?
Oh man, what you doing?
Because Brett's been in there saying that laptop, you know, cannot really match the power of a desktop. You kind of just proved that notion wrong with your joints, son.
What?
Wait. Who said what?
Uh-oh.
Okay, Brett, state your case, man.
My case is that the laptop is a compromised version of a desktop. That at the same price point or the same power point, you're going to get better performance off of an equivalent desktop than you will a laptop, because laptop makes a sacrifice, you know, due to portability and size. And this is constrained mostly by the idea of airflow. Like you can take a laptop and a PC with the exact same specs, but the PC version you can water cool and overclock. So if for the same amount of money, you're going to get a better desktop than you will a laptop. And at the very, very top ends, like the world's best laptop versus the world's best PC, the world's best PC is going to be better, but you're not going to have the ability to take it around with you. Now you can pay a little more and get almost as good as a laptop, but when you're talking about price point, you know, you're
almost as good as a desktop. You mean, Brett? Right? Almost as good as a desktop. Right?
Yeah. But you know, in terms of price point and the amount of power that you can squeeze out of it, desktop's always going to win that. And the whole point of a laptop is that it's not trying to be more powerful than a desktop. It's trying to be a portable version that gives you roughly the same equivalent experience.
Right. So my thing is this. What you're saying right now, I'm not going to debate that because that's true. The only difference is that back when, for example, the first laptop that I had that was a gaming laptop was a Razer. It had a GTX 970M. It was a mobile chip. Laptops now can actually carry desktop GPUs, and they got much better what's the name air circulation. And now if I can take my laptop with me and you can turn your desktop on, and both of our goals is to achieve 4K 60 in ultra settings. And if we both can achieve that, and let's say you're able to do a few more frames than I am, it doesn't matter as long as we hit 60 and above. So to me, that doesn't matter. Yo, dude, I could do Shadow of Mordor at 330 frames per second with my laptop. You really think I give a damn about what like somebody say about a desktop?
No. You're
misunderstanding. When my laptop is doing that?
This thing was born out of the idea that I was saying when I was talking about the Switch the other day. I was saying the Switch it doesn't have as much power as its non-portable cousins, but that's the same kind of dynamic that PC gaming versus laptop usually has. Now you got a baller ass fucking laptop that does the job of a PC, and I'm sure you paid a fucking pretty penny for it.
I didn't pay anything for it.
Well, but
I'm a sponsor.
Well, it's an expensive fucking PC. You know, you have.
Yeah. It's an expensive PC.
Somebody paid for it.
Yeah, somebody paid for that joint, you know.
But yeah, you can absolutely. I never said that you couldn't get a quality like desktop gaming experience off of a laptop. I was just saying
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, you just got to pay a little bit more for it.
Yeah, but Brett, that leads back to what I'm saying. Why can't you have a quality, like console experience on the go? If as long as you pay a little bit more money, you can have that.
Because PSP is still great.
Yeah, if the Switch had been an $800 system, yeah, they could have pumped more power into it.
It didn't need to be 800 though, man. 400, you could have had a better system.
400's, that's I don't know that you would have gotten a whole lot better for 400. You throw another 100 in there and you're talking $500. Yeah, you probably could have gotten some, but I'm also not sure you could have gotten it as small, much smaller, or at that, it would probably have to be just a bit bigger if you were going to cram a significant more amount of power in. Although I will say that I lend some credence to what you say. Like, I wouldn't mind them having some kind of post-processing unit in the dock that bumped stuff up. I'd be perfectly cool with that, and that would get around the whole having to have the power in the console itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my biggest beef with the Switch. Go ahead. By the way, Andrew, I just had to say this real quick, man. I love the fact that your podcast instincts take in, because you come in with these ill questions. You're making my life easy tonight, bro. This is fantastic. So go ahead, please.
Love you too, bro. Love you too. So I just have a question for Brett when he was speaking about the laptops. Were you implying that there's laptops that are not water cooled, or you were including that in the context of what you were saying to compare it to the PCs? I was just trying to really understand where you're going with that.
No, I know that there are water cooled laptops. But no, basically what I'm saying is, if you took a PC and a laptop with the exact same specs, you would be able to get better water cooling and more airflow through the desktop because of its larger size, and most likely be able to overclock it just a little bit better. Not that at a certain point we're talking about splitting hairs, but if we're talking about the principle of the thing, it's that generally when you miniaturize something or basically prep it to be mobile, you make certain sacrifices, no matter how smart they are. They come, and those usually come from the amount of power.
Okay. So having said that, are you biased towards one or the other, or
personally I like desktops just because you can upgrade them. Like I understand that a gaming laptop can absolutely get there, but I think the long-term value on a desktop is better because of the ability to upgrade your parts as you go. I agree. You get a baller ass laptop, you're gonna have to buy another one in 5 years.
Gotcha. Understood. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right. Anything else you want to say about your laptop before we move on, Hip Hop?
It sounds dope.
Yo, it's amazing, dude. The laptop is amazing, man. I'm happy that I have it, and my goal was just to let people know, that all this talk about what they want to have, it's like, I understand it costs a lot of money, but think about it like this: in the long run, first of all, if you got decent credit, you don't have to pay all of it up front. Like, you can do a finance. This particular one, I think, was $5,500. So my thing is, like, if you think about all the money that you spend on consoles and console this and console that, just all the money that you do spend on it, in the long run, with what you could do, what you're going to get out of it, and all this other stuff, and what you're going to use it for and everything, it just makes sense to invest, in a PC if you can. That's just pretty much what I'm saying. And this is coming from me. If I'm telling you this,
unless you got pinky ring money, you probably aren't going to be able to rock the kind of laptop that hip hop has. You're probably going to be more in the range of a desktop. But this is the thing I tell my buddies all the time when they're getting ready to build a desktop. I do the same thing with mine. Just fucking stick $10-20 at a time in a fucking piggy bank. And if you can't do that, save up enough to buy a component at a time. Buy a GPU now, buy a case later, buy a hard drive down the road. You get a little extra money a week, you buy yourself some RAM. And then when you get it all together, then you can build your PC. I mean, hell, you get a motherboard, a GPU, and your CPU and your fans and power supply, and you're off to the fucking races. You can add more RAM as you go. You can SLI bridge your video cards. You can upgrade it as you go. Some things you have to buy twice if you want to take the slow route, or you could just wait until you have all the components and put it together, and it'll be fucking badass. But Like there is nobody, and don't get me wrong, I've lived on a motherfucking budget. This motherfucker has been poor, and I still don't make a whole shitload of money. But generally within the span of a year or so, you can piece together the components that you need to get a good PC up and running. And if the bar that we're measuring against is the Xbox Scorpio, honestly, guys, those specs are not hard to hit. I mean, even at the price point of the Scorpio, again, you'll be able to, and if not now, then like in a fucking year, for like $500-600, you'll definitely be able to build a PC better than the Scorpio. And they're coming out with all kinds of new architecture for chips and for chipsets. So, I mean, things are moving pretty fast. Don't think that while it would not be easy to achieve what hip hop has done on a laptop, and it's not necessarily easy to achieve it on a desktop either, it's not out of the realm of most everybody, but the very, very most financially constricted of us. Like, if you have $5 extra a week and you are literally counting the pennies in your car, it's gonna be tough to get into PC gaming. But for everybody else, man, $10 a week, like you get yourself a good start by the time this comes up next year. And what I tell everybody, Micro Center has a component sale twice a year, and they take good amounts off. Call your local Micro Center, figure out what that is, and save your money until then. And when they have their big component sale, you not only get the deals off the components, but you get the deals for bundling things together, and you'll end up saving yourself to get $300 on a system build.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh, but and last thing, hip hop, how many teraflops is your joint?
18.
18, man.
That's crazy, man.
18, dog.
All right, man, let's move on, man. I want to talk about some news
9,000.
here. All right, so this shouldn't surprise anyone. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been delayed to spring 2018, man. You know how Rockstar does, man. They delay everything, so this shouldn't surprise anybody, but some dudes were definitely upset. Brad, I'm going to go with you because you were pretty upset about this when I told you. You didn't know about this.
No, I mean, I was sad about it, but at the same time, Rockstar, like, they don't put out a game unless it's ready. They're kind of like Blizzard. And with the fuck up that the launch of GTA Online was, and how integral Red Dead is going to be to the longevity of the game. Also, Rockstar did fudge up with not releasing GTA Online, and they don't want to repeat that same mistake so publicly with Red Dead. So I'm okay with them taking their time to get all the ducks in a row. I'm not happy about it. I want my motherfucking Red Dead. I want to ride up on motherfuckers in the night on a donkey and murder their asses in their own campsites, but I can wait until.
That's a great way to market the game, bro. Yo, Brett, that was the ultimate way to market the game. That should be a quote right there. I loved it. Seriously, I enjoyed you saying that. That shit was great.
All right, Andrew, man, what's your thoughts on this delay, man?
It's their culture, man. So I'm not surprised, right? So we've come to expect that to make great games, if we have to wait for it, it's definitely a great thing. So Rockstar, we're used to that. Nintendo, to some degree, we're used to that. So a lot of the games that we enjoy today, we usually wait for them for a long time. Now, I don't know how Watch Dogs did for some delays and stuff. I guess you guys can bring me up to speed on that, because I really didn't play it or get into it like that. But I think there was a delay for that also. So a lot of great games.
Yeah, they had delays. They all had delays.
We wait. We wait for the games that we know for a fact that it's going to be good, and good is subjective. So
I think the only issue that a lot of people have with this one, and the reason why they're like surprised, is because it's been in development for like 5 years or some shit like that. So they've had time. So that's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, maybe be a delay with this.
I don't mind delays.
I really don't. I just want the shit to be hot when it come out. Like that's just pretty much. Think about how many games we got to play anyway. That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind delays, because you know what? If you start you put out a game that's too early, and then there's all kinds of glitches and all kinds of other bullshit happening in there. I'd much rather have a solid play experience than get a game on the day that they supposedly say it.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Out of all of your favorite games, like how many of them went through a 5-year development cycle?
Metal Gear Solid,
like all of them,
one of them,
basically.
Right? Well, I'm sitting here thinking about like most of the games that I really enjoy, even the new Zelda game. Like, had to put it in once this episode. Went through just about a 5-year development cycle. There seems to be a magic number. I want to say Fallout 4 went through almost a 5-year development cycle. Like, a lot of my favorite games and a lot of the best and most polished games take about 4 or 5 years to actually get to the door, and a lot of the ones that come out in 2 or 3,
how long did The Witcher take to make?
I'm pretty sure it was about 5.
It was about 5-6 years, right?
Yeah, it's a
and
sweet
that game also got delayed, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, again, I feel like people getting all bent out of shape over delays. It doesn't, it's okay. There's plenty of games that'll be in between
part of the business, man.
Right?
Yeah. And here's the thing. What's coming out this fall, right? Got Destiny 2, you got Battlefront 2, you got fucking there's so much stuff. World War II, Call of Duty. There's so much shit here. You're gonna be all right. And think about it. Most of us, I'm talking about myself right now, haven't even finished the games that came out this year, man. The backlog is real right now. Red Dead.
Does that make you a gamer? Does that make you a gamer if you don't finish games?
I finish my games, Andrew. Don't talk that shit. I finish my games, bro. It may take me a while, but I'll finish them.
Before my man became a journalist, he was platinum.
That's fucking right. That's fucking right. Dope, man. I ain't got that kind of time anymore, but I still finish them at least. I still finish my games at least. But this year, a little hard to do that because there's so many of them. I had to.
Hey, man, quit throwing shade on finishing games.
Who's throwing shade? I'm talking realness, man. I get
to the point where I get to the point where I like a game, and when I'm done with it, and I drop it. Motherfucker, you put me toe to toe against anybody in any room that's finished any game, and I will show you how much of a gamer I am. I'm a competitive gamer. I playing Mortal Kombat with my buddy again, and they're like, "Yeah, man, we're going through this whole thing on easy." And I'm like, "Fuck this shit. We're starting off on medium. First time I'm playing." I'm like, "Man, we're rolling." Nobody, you do not play fighting games on easy, at least in my book. Like you face roll your way through that shit on medium until you succeed like twice in a row, and then you bump it up to hard. You keep them coming at you fast.
So, are you doing that on a PC or a laptop?
Oh, I'm playing that on PS4.
Trolling.
I have, here's the thing. I have my PC, and it still runs games really well. But I honestly, I'd rather sit in my living room. It's a comfort thing, and Manny's kind of.
What? You know what? I gotta cut you off, dog. I got my laptop hooked up to my TV.
Yeah, that's on my it's on my list to buy one of those Steam Links to pop over to the TV so that I can basically play or stream my games into my living room.
Here's the difference.
Just put take your laptop.
Here's the difference.
It's not a laptop, it's a desktop.
Here's the difference, hip hop. Do you sit in front of a computer every single day, every single hour?
Okay.
No, yes or no, man. Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Oh, do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. I like to
live on my computer.
I like to sit in the living room and not sit in front of this shit all day because I'm here. What?
For the record, so do I.
Yeah.
For the record, so do I.
Yeah, so do I too.
I spend so many hours in front of this, more than most of you people.
That is true.
More than most of you people. I'm all you people sitting in this room.
What do you mean?
How
long are your hours? How long are your hours, Brian? Because I trump any one of those.
Possibly 10 hours. 10 hours per day, including weekends.
Try more than that. Try 16. Try 24.
What, per week or per day?
Per day.
And you sat there the whole time? Because I don't believe you.
That's me. During a deadline, I'm up during. Sometimes I'm up multiple days.
On the deadline, I'm talking about day to day.
Day to day.
Yeah.
I'm at 16.
Okay.
So.
All right. So who mentioned?
I don't want to sit in front of this shit.
No, but see, my thing is, it's like the way I have my joint set up. Like my laptop, my PlayStation, everything just goes straight to my TV. So if I'm playing a game or even if I'm doing my work on my computer, my TV is my monitor for everything. I even got my laptop set to single display mode instead of multi display mode. I don't use the screen unless I'm actually going somewhere. Other than that, when I'm home, why the hell I want to use this little ass 17-inch shit when I got the 65-inch right
here?
So who had mentioned the Steam Link before? Was that Brett?
Say that again, Andrew.
Who mentioned the Steam Link? Was that Brett?
Yeah, it's Brett.
Yeah, because this right now is $20. I don't know if you guys are trying to buy that, but I guess
Wait,
let
the
your
Steam
people
Link is
know.
down to $20?
Yeah, it's $20 on Amazon right now. I just looked at it.
Yeah, by the way, I got called out in the chat room, so I got to say something real quick. Because I said I beat my games, with the exception of one. People, yeah, Prey. I got sick of that fucking game, so I put it down. That's something I rarely do. That lets you know the game is not hitting it for me. I never put down games. Prey, I'm like, this thing is too fucking annoying. I got better shit to play, so I dropped that.
All right. You know what? Now hold up. Now this is why I say what I say. Prey, I agree with you, Tony. It's very annoying, but it's not annoying when you got infinite health. And you got these mimics taking these cheap shots at you, and you losing manpower.
Yeah,
you up there wasting clips. And I'm like, wasting clips. Son. What? It's a whole new experience when you God mode. I'm telling you, son.
Yeah.
You still get the same story, everything. That shit is amazing. I love it.
Yeah. By the way, I love how this segment started with
I got all the neural mods.
We were talking about
I got all the neural mods, son. My shotgun status is crazy in that game, son. Right out the gate.
You're crazy, bro.
Son, people can say what they want, hate what they want. I'm telling you right now. And then also it's great for live streaming. When I'm live streaming playing the game, I'm able to go through the shit. So people that's watching, they're more into it, they're more engaged because they see me going from point A to point B to point C instead of being stuck on some annoying shit. That joint is good for business too, son.
Yo, hip hop. Funny story. Remember when we went to that Prey event a couple weeks ago? Yo, I was I'm not even lying right now. I was stuck on that one part for 20 minutes. I'm like, I recorded. I'm like, I can't show this shit to anyone. I didn't do anything because I was fucking stuck.
Exactly. So my thing is, who wants to watch that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if I'm playing a certain game and I got infinite health, infinite ammo, and I can just go through the games as I'm showing people, they're gonna get more excited, more engaged, and they gonna want to buy it because they're gonna see you progress through the levels constantly as they watch. And then it doesn't take away from the game because the game is hot, it's exciting. A good game is a good game, no matter what you do, cheat codes or not. A good game is a good game. People use cheat codes in Grand Theft Auto all day. Fallout 4, I couldn't stand Fallout 4 in terms of the gameplay because it didn't make sense how I got a shotgun and I'm shooting somebody that do not got armor on their head and I'm shooting them with the UAV, like everything loads up and like they get like one piece of power taken away and then I turn around and hit you with a melee attack and this big whop of power come off, but I hit you with a shotgun to the face and get this little chip shot. What the just give me my infinite health and my infinite ammo, my infinite whatever. I'm lighting everybody up. I'm going to any town when I want. I can play the way I can do what I want, and it's more exciting that way.
Okay, so isn't part of the struggle to enjoy it with the community though, even if you're struggling at certain parts? Because some of the individuals in your community chat room or whatever, Twitch or Mixer or whatever you're playing, whatever platform you're on, they'll be willing to help you out in those situations if you're willing to, I guess.
Hey, that's how I got through the first part of Bloodborne, man. These motherfuckers will tell me what to do.
Real talk. I'm not playing a game for somebody else to tell me what to do. I'm playing the game for you to watch the shit and enjoy it and decide whether you're gonna get it or not, so we can play together.
Right, but like, that engagement goes both ways, though.
Well, wouldn't it also be a false representation of the game?
No.
Why?
Yes, it would
be.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell them that I'm playing the cheat codes.
But the thing is, it's a false representation of the game, though. I mean, if you're saying, hey, you're showing everybody how hot this game is, wouldn't you want to show it as it is, as opposed to a modded version of it?
I do it both ways. When I first played Prey, it was on the PS4 Pro.
Oh, okay.
You can't do cheat codes on that. And then I played it, with the other joint so they could see the difference. But even if I didn't show it them that way, I'm telling them, look, I don't play every game this way. I only play the games that annoy me that way. Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to play. Go ahead.
You're not a gamer if you use cheat codes. You know that,
right? Really? All right. So tell that to every person that used the cheat code to beat Lion King back in the day.
Oh shit! Bringing it back.
You brought it back.
Yeah, Contra, the 30
Game
live
Genie,
codes,
yo,
that
Game
shit.
Genie was in everybody's house. I ain't trying to hear shit. Game Genie was in everybody's house.
Game Genie was
You're not a real gamer if you use the cheat codes. So where the blood code come from for Mortal Kombat? Come on, man. Don't start, son. Don't start, son.
Come on, Gerard. Come on, Gerard.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's so funny? I'm glad that y'all be saying this because there's a lot of people that really don't think that I know my shit. Like they think that like I'm just some dude from the hood that rock with 2K, like one of the stereotypical gamers that's from the hood. I'm like, yo, do you know I'm the best at this shit? You stupid? Then look me up. Like I really but on all jokes aside, yo, man, like gaming, even with what you do, Emilio, just like the artwork that you do, like that is so fascinating, dude. That shit is amazing to see how somebody could just take what they think and create that, and now you can interact with it. Like, how can you not be like just excited about the process that leads to that? That's fire to me, man. So yeah.
Yeah, can you drop a link in the chat, Emilio? Because I haven't seen any of your work.
All you need to do is just head over to my Twitter.
Yeah. Anyway, we may as well go back to what we were talking about. Any last thoughts on Red Dead? Because again, it's not really much to say. It's just like, come on, we knew that shit was coming. The motherfucker was gonna get delayed, and that's okay.
Well,
behind. Go ahead, Chris.
Just an inside thing. They always have problems with the map creation, especially with online. So I'm assuming it's an online problem because the same thing happened with GTA 5 when it got delayed. And I know that because I was working there, and it was mayhem.
Oh,
when we had to delay that game.
It could be something similar then, yeah.
Okay, final thoughts is Blackstar. I was right. GTA 5 is going to sell more than Red Dead 2 this year.
Yeah.
Good one.
Oh,
good one.
No, that's a great way. That's a great way to move it on here. All right, so we got to talk about this LawBreakers situation. Very interesting what happened. So basically, LawBreakers was announced, right? We knew it was coming to PC, but it's coming to consoles, right? Now this is a small team, only 64 people, so they had to pick one console. They couldn't do both, right? Guess which one they picked? They went for the console that had the most people on it, PS4. Obviously, this drove all the Xbox guys crazy. But the problem is the Xbox guys didn't read the fine print. Cliff Bleszinski specifically said, hey, if this game does well, we want to bring it to Xbox and Switch. But they didn't read that part. They said, oh, Sony's taking our shit again. They're paying these developers off again. You know, it's like the exclusives are anti-consumer. It's like, you guys are not understanding the situation here. This is a small team. They only have a limited amount of funds. They got to, put their money like, where it was going to make the most impact. PS4. And if the shit does well, which it probably will, it'll probably be on Xbox One. But the other thing, before I let you guys talk about it, what I find so funny was these guys were calling Cliff Bleszinski a traitor, saying you started off on Xbox with Gears, man. You're supposed to make games for us. How dare you make those games for PlayStation? These guys are fucking crazy, man.
How dare you? Yeah, and they totally forgot. Didn't he create Bulletstorm?
Yes, he did. Which
that was on everything.
People that can fly. That was it. He was a sponsor for it, a spokesperson, but he didn't work on that.
Right, but yeah, what do you guys make of LawBreakers being a PlayStation 4 exclusive, even though it is on PC as well?
I don't even know what LawBreakers is. Have we even seen any of LawBreakers?
Let me tell you about LawBreakers.
LawBreakers is fire, yo.
Yo, I went on Twitter. I was like, is LawBreakers that game everybody forgot when Overwatch came out?
God! Oh, that was Battleborn.
That was Battleborn.
I haven't to be. Why is everybody getting bent out of shape of a game that they haven't seen yet?
It doesn't matter. It's exclusive.
No, not the game is hot. The game is hot. I played it plenty of times. That game is gonna.
I've never seen anything from it. I just knew that he was working on a game.
Yeah, I just saw the trailer.
One question, Manny. Hold on, with it. Did you guys all see that PS4 Pro Real thing when they talked about like how?
Oh, it's in the Sizzle video.
No, that was in the video reel. Cause like there's like one of the games that they're showing off about how great it looks on the PS4 Pro.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
it was
okay.
the one with the grass. Because I remember that made like a big,
yeah, that helps.
Like a big like hoopy guy, like, oh look, with the PS4 Pro we need like more detail, and look how like much more like detail we have in this version, which is the PS4 Pro version instead of like the OG one.
That was in Paragon, Brian?
I'm sure that's
I
Lawbreakers.
thought that was Paragon.
I thought that was Paragon.
Oh my gosh, all these games are just the same.
That's what I'm saying. They're all the same.
It's all esports team shooters, man.
Yeah. Brian, you're thinking about Paragon, but they're all the same.
All just Team Fortress 2. That's it. It's all just Team Fortress 2.
Yeah,
Okay,
just everything's Team Fortress. The new Team Fortress game called LawBreakers.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not excited. I don't care for MP only games and shit. And this is another Overwatch, basically, which is like Brian said, Team Fortress 2. Yo,
even the art that is on that article you sent looks like Overwatch. Like I thought, like if it didn't say LawBreakers, I was like, what? These new Overwatch characters? What is this?
Yeah,
Paladins is good too, and it's very similar to that feel for Overwatch.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
that's right. Yeah, there's so what is like? I'm gonna derail a little bit. What is up with like all these games like getting so popular now? Like, what's the like? Why is that happening? Like,
it was always popular on PC. That's the whole thing. It was just.
Is it just console guys are finally discovering it? Is that what it is? Adam, I'm talking to you, man. Like, do you think it's console guys discovering it?
I don't know if it's discovering it or maybe maybe it is. Maybe it is. Because like I said, I mean, it's been around forever. I mean, Team Fortress is still a hot game on Steam. People still play that, and it's just bringing that formula over. And I can't say so much of like, oh, well, it's the genre and the characters. No, because it's not. Overwatch is its own thing. It's new. It's not like Hearthstone or anything where it's just grabbing from World of Warcraft universe and compiling. It's its own thing. And I think people just adapting to it, and there are a lot of characters. That's the other thing. I mean, there are a lot of them. So it's not like, oh, there's 6 and everyone's running around and you're shooting like 3 guys that look the same. There's more variety. So gotta be that.
Right. So the conversation that surrounds, I guess, these games, whenever something trends up, we usually see a lot of games that follow, right? So for a while, we saw a lot of Mortal Kombats, but when a lot of the superhero movies and all this stuff started coming out, we started seeing stuff like Injustice. So that pattern follows for any particular genre. So if you look at the FPSs for a while, you saw Halo, going at a particular angle. When Destiny went the angle that it went, then Division started formatting their games towards that. And then that genre and theme started being popular. So whenever there's a trend or theme surrounding not just the film industry as well as the gaming industry, you'll see that theme play out and pour itself into the games as well. And we just follow those trends and we flow with it because it just makes sense for them to stay noticeable or top of mind and with whatever's going on at the time.
Yeah, what's interesting about that is because, again, going back to what we were talking about before, game development time takes a while. So a lot of these games had to have been being developed around the same time. So was there like idea exchanges going on? Like,
I think it's
really quick with each other.
It's just the same reason why you have 2 Meteor movies in 1 year. It's like one company's making it and they're like, oh yeah, let's do that too.
Yeah, but the reason I'm asking that is because movies, it doesn't take as long as a video game takes to make.
To be honest, it doesn't take that long to make those. As long to make one of those MOBA type games either.
Yeah, you may be right about that.
I mean, to be honest, with the first Titanfall and the one with the monsters, those games didn't take very long to make. The reason why a lot of the big other AAA games take so long is because they're making these big expansive worlds and all this other stuff. Those MOBA games, you're stuck in an arena, plain and simple. It's just one or just a few levels that you have, and that's it. And you don't need to do any sort of story development. For Overwatch, they don't even put the story in the game. It's all everywhere else. It's not even in the game. So all you need to do is just make some solid gameplay, and that's what you're really concentrating on. And the hook is, for at least for Overwatch, is what items and things that you can get. After finishing one of those one of the rounds or something.
Right.
Right, and in addition to that, storytelling is coming back and everything, right? Even fighting games. So you
that's right.
Yo,
Injustice 2. You even see Injustice 2. That is a movie. Just grab your popcorn. That's 2 hours and 36 minutes of cutscenes. Right?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Incredible.
Oh. But yeah, is this something I got to say too? Because it's pretty interesting because nobody was talking about LawBreakers until this shit happened. Like, let's just be honest, now people are talking about it on both sides, because PlayStation guys weren't even talking about it. But now they're like, hey, we got this game. Now they're trolling the Xbox guys and shit. Like, we got this game. You guys don't. It's like, you guys are being idiots, man. Like the game's probably going to come out for everything. But my other question is, because they said they want to have it on Switch. Can it even run on fucking Switch? I don't know.
Again, a game I haven't seen.
Yeah.
We're asking if Smoke can run on something. I'm like, have we even seen it?
Hey, Hip Hop, you played LawBreakers. Do you think it could run on Switch?
Oh man.
Yo, like switching can't run on Switch, man. Come on, man, get out of here.
Damn.
No, man. First off, honestly, to be honest with you, not seriously, on your side, Nintendo, they need to focus on even having an online community within their system before they even think about having any game like that run on Switch.
Get that friend code, son. Get that friend code.
They don't need Cliff Blazinski's. They don't need Cliff Blazinski's game. They got Splatoon. Come on, what is Splatoon?
Probably huge with a lot of people, from what I understand. I don't fucking get
it. It is. A lot of people love Splatoon, but what is Splatoon?
It's one of those type of games.
It's one of those type of games. Come on.
That's right. Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys. I need some help in this particular area too. When it comes to the Nintendo Switch, I'm trying to figure out why people are upset, right? So I need some help, because from what I gathered when I'm looking at the system caters to both sides, right? East and West, right? So we have the docking stuff. We can take it off the dock, do what we need to do. And it's a handheld device for the individuals who's on the other side, the eastern side, right? So the fact that it caters to both worlds, if you will, the Japanese and Asian market, as well as the US market, what is everyone really upset about when it comes to the system? That's my question.
That's a broad question. He's like, because obviously some people like Brett aren't really dissatisfied with it. Some people are very happy with it. I could only speak for myself. I feel it's a underpowered console, right? Because I mostly play it on my television, right? It's very underpowered compared to PS4. It's like when I was playing Zelda, I was I like the graphic style, but the actual like in-game graphics, the technical aspect of it, I was very disappointed by it, right? But even as a handheld, it's not that great either. It's very big and bulky and cumbersome. The Joy-Con's very hard to play with, and there's a bunch of other issues, but those are my main ones,
Okay, gotcha.
But
to me, I don't think like the Switch is designed. To me, I just feel like it's only good for Nintendo's games, like that they make. I feel like when it comes to other stuff. I mean, think about it like this, right? If you look at Nintendo Switch as is right now, okay, we got Splatoon. You got what's the name? Legend of Zelda. You got ARMS. You got these cool games, right? But then when you look at those set of games, and then you look at the fact you got also Ultra Street Fighter 2, and you have 1-2 Switch and all this other stuff that's coming. Like, to me, I just feel like it's the same type of Nintendo style of handling their console. You get it because you like their first party games because they are great at making those particular games. When it comes to third party and anything else, once in a while you may get something that's like, a third party showed up. But other than that, it's not gonna matter. Nobody's getting. First of all, Destiny is not coming there. Call of Duty ain't coming there. Battlefield ain't coming there. Grand Theft Auto ain't coming there. Red Dead ain't coming there. So there's just so much that's not going to be there, which proves my point. Then the second thing, the stuff that is there is like bare bones versions of what you would want on your PS4 or your Xbox. If you look at NBA 2K18, no, not getting it on the Switch. Ain't nobody gonna go to the basketball court, sit down, and use this little ass toy Joy-Con to say, hey, look at LeBron James dunking on this little ass screen with these low grade graphics in comparison.
Yo,
Like,
yo,
it's
hip
just,
hop. That should be a
come on.
video. That should be a video when that game drops. You should do it. Go down to Rucker Park and then just have everybody come like, yo, stop playing. Yo, I got a Switch.
Yo, so you want me to get jumped, do you? You want me to get hurt?
The show, just the
You
reaction.
do remember where I live at, right? You do know I live in New York, right?
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to get me shot.
That's why he said Rucker Park.
Yeah,
You trying to get me shot for real.
Yeah, all right, Brett, your counterpoint, because I know you're coming, man.
No, I just have a question of like, I'm genuinely curious. Do you guys think it's possible to have a handheld of adequate size that runs graphics as well as the PS4 or the Xbox One? Do you think that you could do that? Have a handheld that runs graphics as well as a PS Pro or Xbox Scorpio? Do you think that's even possible?
Would you want that though? That's the thing.
I believe it can be built.
Yeah, I think so.
I
too.
believe.
I don't know how much
I
it'll
believe
cost.
of a company
Yeah,
wanted
but why
to make
would you
something
want
like that. No, but think about it. PS Vita could run games. Did you see Street Fighter Cross Tekken on PS Vita and Mortal Kombat and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom? Those are console games on your handheld right there. They look that good, like.
Yeah,
for real. Like PS Vita looks amazing.
It doesn't matter whether it looks good on the console. Like we're talking about, like for strict multiplat. Like everybody, the big criticism everybody has with the Switch is like, oh man, well I couldn't play Destiny on. Like, okay,
exactly.
So let's work at it from the other way. Let's look at a handheld that you would need to be able to play an uncompromised version of Destiny, and see if A, it's possible, and B, if you'd be willing to pay the money in order to do that, because I don't think that that's a fucking market. And like everybody says, like, oh well, I can't play my Destiny, I can't play my Gears of War, I can't play whatever new game of the week is out, I can't play Persona. Well, Persona's a terrible example. But I can't play all these big multiplat games on it. Like, I'm not entirely sure that you could build a handheld smaller than the Switch, because people are already complaining about the Switch being too big for a handheld. I'm not sure if you could make something the size of a Vita that runs the graphics of a PS4. I don't know if that's possible now, much less when they first introduced the PS4.
Right. Hip hop, you might as well carry your laptop like a handheld, bro, and then play whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Right on it like
that's
that.
pretty much what it is. I got my Origin backpack, all of that, and I'm good. Shout out to Origin, baby.
And you work out, you can lift it up and shit,
Yeah, you already know, man. Me and my Myra.
Yeah.
Me and my Myra.
All right. By the way, since we're talking about Switch, I do want to jump on this because I've been meaning to talk about this for a little while, but never really had a chance to. So I'm going to do it now. So basically, Samsung is going to release like a firmware update for their smart TVs to fix the Switch HDMI problem. For you guys who don't know, basically,
Switch, that's another thing.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, basically, the Switch, when you have it in sleep mode, it does something. I don't know exactly what it is, but it'll turn your TV on and off through the HDMIs, right? That's the reason I have to have my shit unplugged, and I don't even have a smart TV, So this isn't really like a problem with Samsung as much as it is with Nintendo. It's like, what is your system doing while it's sleeping to do this shit? Because if I want to, let's just say I'm playing a PS4 game, right? During the middle of the gameplay or cutscene or whatever, the shit will just turn on the, cut to the HDMI for the Switch. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? A lot of people have been having this problem, but no one's really, like, major media are not really talking about it. I find that very, very interesting, So,
well, is it all Samsung TVs or is just a particular series?
Here's the thing, because remember, they're saying it's only for Samsung smart TVs. My shit isn't a smart TV, and it does the same thing. As a matter of fact, it doesn't really, like, it changes it on my TV, but I hear it from my computer. You hear, that Windows 10 sound. Like, every time, whenever I have this shit plugged in, it just randomly just goes off. I'll be working, typing, then my screen goes fucked up. Even this, my monitor here gets all fucked up too, So it's weird. I don't know what it is, but Chris, I want to toss this to you because, you and I have been talking about this. So what do you think, like, is causing all this? Because Nintendo isn't really saying what's causing this shit to happen.
Well, there's a protocol in HDMI that you can use to cause the TV to switch its inputs. PS4 has it, and Samsung has that feature too. It's like CEC, but I forgot what it stands for. And when you turn on your PlayStation 4, you'll notice on certain TVs, it will switch the inputs for you. You don't have to go switch the TV. It'll do it automatically. Now, I'm assuming that Samsung has a listener in their in a TV that's listening for this signal all the time, and it's possible that the Switch is putting out that signal at inappropriate times, so or intermittently, and then the Samsung TVs pick it up and switch the inputs even though it's asleep. So I think that Samsung probably found it easier to just patch whatever it is that they're using to pick up the signal, or maybe the CEC signal from the Switch is not as strong as the other ones, and maybe they're just like, okay, just don't look for an impedance lower than this value anymore, and it won't happen. So that's what I'm assuming is happening. But it's it's not really a problem with the Samsung TVs because the CEC features in other devices too. I think Sling boxes, all those things have it. But the Switch is putting out a signal when it shouldn't be. If it's asleep, it shouldn't be putting out those signals.
Yeah,
but it is,
exactly.
and it's triggering the TV to switch. No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Hip Hop. What do you want to say on this, man?
To me, I just feel like, Nintendo. I mean,
keep it real.
They're too experienced. They're too experienced to have issues like that. Issues like that. They got too much experience. So to me, I feel like it almost seems as if Nintendo they came up with a good idea. It was amazing, and they wanted to get it to the market really fast. There's no way in the world where your docking system should be scratching your system. There's no way in the world where a HDMI switch out. I don't know. What I'm saying? You would think that a company that high would go through the absolute, certain amount of tests to check it out. It's kind of like how, Xbox, when they had the Red Ring of Death, but that was their second system. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. Nintendo been around since the 80s. I don't know. It's just certain things that you would expect.
I think the problem was it was a factory, they said, because I think it was just one factory that was pushing these out and made them scratch or something like that, because I don't think it was all of them. But something's out of their control, I think that part was out of their control. The thing was with the Switch and all the internal shit, I think that's all them. But with that docking, I think it was a docking station was a third party. Not third party, but one of the factories that just... One
of the factory things? Oh, okay. Because see, my thing is, but even though you're right, my thing is, when a person go to the store and buy the system, they come home, and certain things like that is happening. They don't care what factory it came from. They don't care about none of that. It's like, what the hell? And the thing is, credibility is everything. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like when you buy a PlayStation, 9 times out of 10, the shit works, and it's been that way. Even with Xbox One, I haven't heard any type of reports of it just dying on you like the 360 era. So it's like, come on, man. I don't know. It's just not smart to go that route, because it just does damage to your brand. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it. But at the end of the day, obviously, I'm gonna get a Switch because I get everything. I love, just the new games and stuff. But it's just a nice secondary system to have, as long as you got your PS4, your PC, or your Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. Andrew, what's your take on this, man?
It's definitely a thorn in the flesh a little bit in terms of what we've come to expect from Nintendo. Definitely growing pains there for the actual console. If it is a factory thing, I'm sure that they're going to make sure that they're not going to have that situation in the future. But that's not going to stop anybody who loves the brand so much. If you're dedicated to the brand, you're going to end up buying the system anyway. So growing pains.
That's true.
For growing pains, and be done with it.
Yeah, and remember, this isn't for every single TV. Even Samsung, some people with Samsungs don't even have that issue. But I know some people with HTC TVs or whatever, they're experiencing that issue. But it's not super widespread. But one thing I did find annoying, because it is a pretty frustrating problem to be having, right? That all the reports today were all joking, oh, look at that, the Switch switches your HDMI. I'm like, come on, guys, this is bullshit. You can't just be joking around like that. But yeah, I'm glad I got to talk about it, because I've been having this problem since day one, and I didn't know what the fuck it was. I'm like, why is my TV just like going to HDMI like that? Why is my monitor flicking like that? And then I was like, look, is it the switch? Let me unplug it. And then it stopped happening. I'm like, let me plug it in again. Man, as a matter of fact, remember I was talking to you last week and you heard that thing going crazy, like what the fuck? You know, so
that's crazy, dude.
So what I do now is I unplug the HDMI, you know, and I leave the switch plugged in so it can at least get juice, you know, because even when you don't have it like plugged in, it drains really fast, you know. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because it's like, damn, this shit is fucked up, and no one's really talking about this shit. All right. And the last thing on the docket here, this is actually, do you guys want to say anything else before we move on?
Yeah, am I muted?
Yeah, no, you're good. No, you're good now, man. What's up? So, you know,
I have a technical question, Chris, since he was explaining, you know, how this kind of works. So if it's sending out an input at a threshold that is higher than expected for Tony's TV, that causes the switch to, you know, basically switch inputs, why is his PlayStation not turning on his TV if it's supposed to have the same feature?
Because the PlayStation is sending out the signal at appropriate time. See, when you activate the
signal, but it's not working. That feature isn't working in Tony's PlayStation. It doesn't turn on or switch his.
No. Okay. Basically, I have to go to HD because HDMI 1 is for my regular TV. HDMI 2 is for my video games, right? So when I put it to HDMI 2, whatever console I turn on, it'll automatically go to that console. Understand?
So it's listening on that port. It's listening on that port for that signal.
But Tony told me that his PlayStation won't turn on his TV and won't switch its inputs.
No, because I have to go to HDMI 2. Remember, I don't have a smart TV.
But
there's a little bit of miscommunication there. I have to go to HDMI 2, and then that's where
either your TV has the ability to do this or not. And if it's doing it with the Switch, it means it should do it with your PlayStation as well. So my question is, why isn't it doing it with your PlayStation?
Because like Chris said, it's actually the PlayStation is not doing that at inappropriate times or at all, basically.
No, it's at all. Like it should be doing it at appropriate times, but it's not doing it at all. And that's
so when you put your PlayStation 4 in your second HDMI port and turn it on, and you're watching normal TV from your cable box, does it switch to the PlayStation 4?
No, I have to basically I could have my PS4 on and watch TV. You know, like I have to go to HDMI 1, but it won't go back to the PlayStation unless I manually do it. Understand?
Huh, interesting. All right, so that's a more interesting part. I thought you have one that mine does it. Like I have 4 HDMI ports on my Samsung. So when I turn on the PS4, it's plugged into that one. No matter what I'm doing, it'll switch to the PS4.
Okay. Yeah, mine doesn't do that. I have to manually go to.
So that's a feature of the television.
I only have 2.
Not only that, it detects. It'll say like once I plug it in, it'll say it's a PlayStation.
Yeah, but my point is like when I go to HDMI 2, where all my consoles are plugged into, right? No matter what console I'm playing, the Switch will just override it at random times.
So, Brett, even though the CC feature is not like listening on his TV, the Switch is putting out that signal, and it may be putting it out too high or something where the TV just will pick up the signal and override it, you know?
Yeah, and then so remember, all my consoles are plugged in through my router, right? And I have the Switch. It doesn't have a router cable, which is fucking retarded. So I have it through wireless, right? So when my TV is not affected. It's only when I go to HDMI 2. HDMI 1 is fine, but when I'm just watching regular TV and the Switch is plugged in, it'll affect my PC. Understand? My PC will just randomly go.
Yeah, because I'm guessing the Switch uses some sort of Bluetooth, so your PC is probably catching that.
Yeah, like basically when you plug in anything to your PC, it makes it sound like that exact sound, like it's registering something. It does that with the Switch.
All right, wait, on your PC, do you have Bluetooth on?
My PC doesn't even have Bluetooth, man.
All right, so it's not Bluetooth. What about your monitor?
So my monitor I'm not sure,
So where's the sound coming from? You have speakers connected?
Yeah, it comes from my speakers, yeah.
Okay, so it's not your monitor. And it can't be Bluetooth. So it must be a network thing.
It's got to be, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It might, but it does the same thing. But it's a very frustrating thing. So whenever I'm gonna go play PlayStation or Xbox, it's like unplug that fucking Switch because it's gonna just switch on you. Yeah.
I don't have a Switch to test it, but Brett, you could test this. Put your Switch to sleep and use something like Wireshark on your computer, and look at your network traffic and see if the Switch starts sending out a multitude of signals, right, while it's asleep, because it shouldn't be doing that. but apparently it is. So
Yeah.
Isn't
you
that
could
how
see
it gets
that.
updates? Like some devices do that, like my Kindle and stuff like that. Even though it's
Right,
asleep,
but it's but your Kindle won't affect your PC or anything
No,
else
no.
on your network, right? See, so there's a problem there. It's sending out some type of signal. Either it's too strong or it's sending out a multitude of protocols that it shouldn't be sending out at the same time. So that's what I would like to figure out, but I can't test it myself, you know? So anybody with a Switch, like get something like Wireshark or something, look at your network traffic, look at the packets coming from the Switch while it's asleep. Especially if you're having the same problem that Tony's having. If you have that problem, then especially look at it, and then you'll see
I'm
what's
gonna
happening.
do that. I'm gonna try that shit. That sounds crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
there's an app on the phone
yeah.
you can get. I have an app on my phone that does it.
I'll try that out. All right, I'm going to move on to this last story. This is potentially kind of big news, right? But it's still unofficial. So let's take it with a grain of salt, right? But basically, it seems that Sega will be releasing an app, right, called Sega Forever, which is a subscription service for mobile devices, right? Sega already registered Sega Forever on Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit, so it's probably real. Some guy from the Philippines, he talked to this other YouTuber, RGT85, who's actually a pretty big YouTuber, and he was like, hey, I bought Comic Zone, and they asked me if I wanted to register for the Sega Forever network. So I'm like, oh shit, it's just like the second coming of the Sega channel from back in the day. That'd be pretty cool. And my thing is like, yo, if you're gonna do this for mobile, can we get it on PC and fucking consoles? That would be brilliant. That's a service I would subscribe to. And here's the really interesting part, because the guy said, hey, I participated in a survey a few months before this, and they were asking me, hey, if we had a subscription service, what games would you want? And they had a list of Sega games. You had the Sonic the Hedgehogs, but here's where it got interesting. Virtual Cop and Panzer Dragoon. So this thing may have Sega Saturn games on it. Very exciting, so
Really
yeah.
though, are you honestly excited about this? You're gonna go back and play Sega games on a service on your mobile phone? Really?
Fuck no. I want it on a console on my phone. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, but see, and that's the problem. And I thought about this after I found out the thing. Like, yeah, that's great that it's coming to mobile. And they're like, oh, I'm sure if it's successful, we'll consider bringing it to other things. It's not going to be fucking successful because nobody wants a Sega library on their fucking mobile phone.
Oh shit!
Nobody wants to play fucking games on their goddamn iPad. I'm sorry. The only reason that the Switch works as a tablet is because you took the time to bolt the fucking controllers onto the side. Because actual haptic joysticks and rumble and fucking buttons that you can feel.
To be fair, though, you could buy those for your iPhones and shit.
No, but Tony, not listening, man. He said, if you're not a Joy-Con boy, you get.
No. I'm just saying there's a controller for it. Like if they standardize, and it's the same thing with the iPhone. Like the whole idea, like the iPhone's revolutionary. They put a camera and a phone and a web browser together. Like, no, you're not fucking reinventing the wheel. You just happen to put together the things that make it work. Like if they had a standardized iPad controller sleeve or something like that everybody configured to, like, then you might have the option to turn the iPad into a fucking gaming platform. But the fact that they have standardized hardware that includes physical buttons and joysticks is the only reason that it works as a mobile gaming thing. You're not going to get a gaming experience on a fucking tablet without a physical controller. It's not going to happen. You're just going to make concessions to the quality of the game. Like, yeah, I'm sure you can play Sonic the fucking Hedgehog on your mobile phone. Is it going to be the same as playing with a controller? No. Is it going to be the same as playing with an old school Genesis controller? No. Nothing's ever going to be like that. But at least some kind of fucking button and joystick or D-pad is going to be necessary for me to even consider it, a fully fledged game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. That's why I'm like, yo, can we please get this shit to consoles or PC? Because that'd be dope. By the way, Brett, check this out. You get one of these. Stick them shit on your phone,
That's but see, and the thing, if you standardize that, like if you made that, work across all phones and it was the official controller of whatever platform that you have, and it would probably have to be, iPhone or Samsung or something like that. And even then, like, you'd have to get the entire ecosystem of Android to back a controller. But even then, if you did and people started programming for it, you could honestly start to see real honest to God games on a mobile platform, even if they're, Game Boy type games. But The problem is a lot of this stuff, like, who's to say that you pick this thing up and that the game that you're playing or you're picking up is going to be compatible with this gaming setup, and that's why I say you'd have to standardize it, and that's essentially all that Nintendo did. Like, look, we made a tablet, we standardized the platform, and we have one controller setup that everybody's going to program to. Okay, you've unified all the small tribes together, and now you've got a big fucking war party that actually works. It's the fact that no platform on mobile is big enough to unify all of the individual elements that's hamstringing the ability for it to be a gaming platform in and of itself.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But the thing is, we can't really say, oh, these games won't sell, because aren't people buying GTA 5, GTA 3 and shit on mobile? Like, I know that game's doing fairly well,
It's not that I'm saying that the game won't sell. It's that I'm saying that these people need to realize that these are two different audiences, and you're not going to, while you have a fucking gold mine with, retro gamers who want this on their current video game system. They want it on their PS4. They want it on their Xbox. They'd love to have it on their PC. Sure, they probably want it on their Switch. Like, these people are not the same people that are running out to spend money on mobile games. And so the idea of like, oh, well, if it's successful on mobile games, then we'll bring it over to you. Like, well, no, because your bigger audience, your bigger crowd seems to be people who play video games. And then sure, if you can turf it off, like it seems like you have it backwards, and then you run the risk of saying like, well, it wasn't super successful on mobile, so it wasn't super successful with this smaller audience, so we're not gonna bring it to this bigger audience who's more inclined to spend money on. It just seems like a very backwards way to approach it.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but man, if they get it right, especially on consoles, that's what I want. Now, Hip Hop, I want your take on this, because you own like every Sega game on Earth, don't you?
Yo, come on, man. You know what I got. You know I got that stuff. I got every single Dreamcast game, every single Genesis game, every single Master System game. I have everything.
Yeah, so you don't really need this service then. You don't need to subscribe because you already got them shits.
Hell no. What I was going to say is, if y'all really want to see mobile gaming on a high level, Liquid Sky. That's it.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that shit. That's right.
Liquid Sky, I could play Battlefield 1 on my Android phone. 1080p, 60 frames per second lock on my phone. Battlefield 1. So if you really want that mobile life, Liquid Sky. Enough said.
You that is a good question though. Like, will these games be saved to your shit, or will they just be streaming? Because I think it might be a streaming thing. So how will that affect the quality? Imagine like streaming Sonic on your phone. Like, I don't know about that. Now that I think about it, because I doubt you'll be able to download them.
No, I mean, as long as you got a good signal, you're fine.
Well, yeah. Also, remember, Sega Genesis games are very small.
Yeah,
a lot of data that passes through is not like nearly as much as a modern game, right? It's not like you're streaming Grand Theft Auto. You're streaming a Genesis game. The data amount is very narrow bandwidth.
That's why they were able to do something like the Sega Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back in the day.
The Mega Drive? They had the Mega Drive. That was the other thing they were using.
Well, Mega Drive was Sega Genesis,
No, but the one for planes and stuff. It was on buses.
Which one?
Oh.
It's that Sega thing that they made. Remember before when they were trying to bring it to the consoles, it was like where it was storing all their games, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna bring this for Sega TV." It was called the Mega Drive.
Well, remember, Mega Drive is just the name of the Genesis in the rest of the world. We're the ones that just called it Genesis.
It was that big box. It had its own look to it. You don't remember that? It was just like it's what they were trying to push for planes and for long train rides and stuff. It was like this big ass box, and it plugged into a monitor, and it had all these games on it.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they called it that Mega Drive thing.
Yo, I'm gonna cut y'all off, but I got a question for y'all. This is so weird.
What's up, bro?
So, like, on my TV, right? It's an HDR TV. It's the latest TV out. It's like that. But when I hook up my PS4 Pro to my TV, I go to like the setting to turn on HDR. It says my TV don't support it. Is it because of my HDMI? I'm just trying to
go into TV settings. It's your TV settings. You got to go into your TV settings. What was it? You said it was a Samsung? Which one?
No, I got a Sony.
A Sony TV. Go into the settings because it's for mine. I had to go into the settings to get it to register correctly, and then through the PS4, then it started seeing it as HDR.
So I gotta turn HDR on the
Correct.
actual TV.
Yeah, on the actual TV on that input. So.
Oh. Okay, let me try that.
Yo, I want to hear your.
Because that's my words. Like, I'm about to go to the store and buy a brand new HDMI cord. I'm like,
no. Well, if you need to have HDMI 2.0, HDMI 2.0 cable, do you have one of those?
Oh, I should. I mean, it came with the PS4 Pro. I gotta find it though.
Yeah,
but like
when that came with the.
So but you need an HDMI 2.0 cord,
correct?
Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. I just want to make sure because I was about to like. Somebody was about to get hurt, son. I'm telling you. Somebody, I don't know who, but somebody was gonna get it. I don't know, son. Like for real, like I was about to be like, wait, hold on.
Reaction once you turn that shit on, you know.
Word up. I was like, why? It's like, okay.
It's gonna be like that the Memorex commercials. You know, he turns on the TV and he's literally gonna get blown back.
Yeah, but you know,
the Maxwell one too.
Yeah, the Maxwell. The other reason I want to talk about the story because to me, this is what I've been talking about too. It's like in the future, every company could potentially release their own streaming shit, or just subscription in general. I don't know if I like that. That's why I'm not really down with EA access. I'm like, that's, I'm not saying anything against the actual program itself. It's fine. But if every company starts doing that, EA, Square Enix, Ubisoft, whatever, right? It's like, that's a lot of money we're going to have to be paying.
We're seeing that with TV.
Yeah. Can let me touch on that real quick.
Go ahead, man.
So just thinking about some of the things that we already have right now. Do you have the Xbox Game Pass, right? That's coming soon, right?
Yeah, it's coming. That's right.
Then you have PS Now, and you have some of the other services, whether
Xbox Live, yeah,
right, Xbox Live and other services. For me, personally, I don't necessarily subscribe to every single of those models because I like to keep my old systems, right? Or if I can. So a lot of the companies are banking on the fact that you are going to upgrade to the new systems that are out and discard and get rid of the older systems so they can capitalize on that money. Again, money that you already paid from the previous consoles, and you're rebuying games that you already had. So if I really want a game for PlayStation 3, I'm not going to PS Now because I still have the PS3. So I'll go to like eBay or Amazon or something like that and get the game that I really want to play because I still have the console. So there's a market for the individuals who that particular market for them is like, okay, so we know you're going to get rid of your console anyway, at least a good portion of you, because we have the numbers for that. So we're going to take advantage of that. But individuals like me, that's going to keep the PS3 and older consoles, it doesn't necessarily affect me because I could just go buy the single game that I want, right? And I think that there's that dual side when it comes to that.
No, you're 100% right about that. And some of those services you mentioned, especially Xbox Game Pass, which is a great subscription, it's not really for guys like us. We already have all those games and all that. That's really for people who want to dabble, they want to try some of the Xbox games and stuff. So I think it's a good way of getting like other people who aren't necessarily hardcore gamers into it. But like you were kind of going to, it is a lot of shit to subscribe to. Nintendo's about to have theirs later on, so I don't know, man, because TV, it's successful with TV, so Netflix, Hulu, and all that. So it seems like games companies are trying to push that. Even Phil Spencer said that he kind of wants the Xbox games to be more episodic. He's like, we want to be more like Hulu and Netflix. So I don't know, man.
Even Hulu and Netflix, like, you remember the big Wild West type brawl when everybody and their mother tried to put out their own fucking streaming service? Like, NBC and had their own, and CBS had their own, and HBO had their own. Like, everybody had their own fucking streaming service, and that's slowly but surely like coalescing into a few big companies that offer more options. Netflix has pretty much started building its own content. Hulu has pulled most of the networks together. So I think you'd see the same thing, like, and it was the same thing when, everybody tried to have their own fucking Steam a few years back. EA had Origin and that didn't work either.
It's still around. That's the thing.
It's still around. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not a success. And what I'm getting towards is everybody, the cream will rise to the top, and essentially you'll have a couple big companies use their leverage to buy out the smaller companies and provide more. Yeah, you're going to see them unify all of these smaller services, because the first person to do that is the one that's going to become the default winner, and they're going to be locked in because they're the default service. Everybody wants to be the next Netflix. Netflix is sitting high on.
They changed the game. They definitely changed the game with everything. So before that it was everybody's like, oh well, I want to sell my movie on demand, and I want to sell my movie on demand, and I want to sell my movie to this subscription service. Netflix came by and they unified it all. You'll see the same thing with game streaming, I think. And when the funny thing is, and I don't know if any of you saw the link I put up to the side, there's this new Rainway app that's coming to pretty much every portable device, including the Switch, that's going to allow you to stream games from your PC. So really the way that I see a lot of this going is you're going to get one company that manages the content, and basically that's your portal. They stream any of this content that you want. And then you're going to find all kinds of other companies who cater. The whole point of their company is going to be to cater to the way that you get that content onto one of your many devices. So instead of having 4 streaming services, you'll have one streaming service and one push service that allows you to play your game on your cell phone or on your iPad or on your Switch or on your PlayStation or on your Xbox or on your PC. But really, you're playing the PC version of that game, just ported out to all of these different platforms. And I think that's when you see the dust settle, that's where it will be. And you'll probably have a couple big streaming services, and it'll probably be just that Steam reigns supreme, and Steam would put in some kind of streaming service, or Steam would go where you go to buy your games, and then you have like, I don't know, GameFly or whatever comes out with a streaming service.
So are you referring to like transcoding to different platforms? Is that what you're speaking of right now in terms of? Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah. By the way, is GameFly even still around? Because hip hop, I laughed too.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they're still around.
They still around, but they're around the corner somewhere. They're over there.
Yo, what you playing? Yo, you playing NBA, right? Hip hop right now?
Oh, now I got Injustice 2 on, son.
Yo, but real talk, the people who were watching didn't know this. Hip hop was showing us his TV before we started, and we all thought he was watching a basketball game. It's like, no, that's a fucking game.
Oh, nah, yeah. Yo, so you don't understand. It's on my TV and my PC. Dude. Son, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, son. Like, yo, I'm gonna tell you something right now. The HDR thing didn't work, but I got HDR on my TV itself. Just the HDR on my TV. Son.
Look at his face.
Yo, wait, hold up, son. Just hold on, son.
Yo, what's
I
your
don't think y'all understand right now, son. Hold up.
Wait, are you attempting to show us something that's in 4K and HDR on our service, which only goes to set the 720p on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, man. This isn't this isn't the PlayStation Pro press conference, son.
Yeah, you're right. But this ain't the PlayStation Pro either.
Look how we zoom. Yo, you got the stickers on there. That's fucking awesome, man. Look at that shit.
Yeah, son, this joint is fire, son. Look at that. And it's smooth too, son. It's like extremely smooth. Like, it's
touch it.
It's fucking better.
He said, "Touch it,
son, and let us live through you, man."
Take a little bit.
Son, yo,
He said,
my TV is crazy, son. You don't understand, son.
Is that Brainiac?
Oh, yo, y'all gotta check out my gaming chair, yo. Y'all gotta check out my people's over at Vertigear, son.
Oh,
Word
shit.
up.
Everybody has a gaming chair now. Look at this shit.
Very nice.
Tony, work on getting us motherfucking sponsors, man.
Yeah, so yo, hip hop, man. You got put me on to these sponsors, man. Throwdown needs this shit.
Yeah, Tony totally needs a gaming chair.
Yeah, I got one already. That chair. Oh, look at the belt right there. Our hip hop's giving us the gamer crib right now. Impromptu episode. Got Horizon there. That's what's up. See, Andrew, this is how I'm doing it for the people who are just listening.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. I like that.
Yo, hip hop. What's that bag?
What bag?
That bag with your logo on it. Like that box, right there.
case?
The case.
That's the games case.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Crazy.
Check it out.
All right, you got some action figures. There's Marcus Phoenix's son, Assassin's Creed 3. What's that in the front? Who's that in the wall? Is that just Assassin's Creed shit? Random shit? There's Batman.
That's Sub-Zero?
That looks like Sub-Zero, yeah.
Yo, man, that's Scrub Zero.
Oh,
man.
Street Fighter 5. You got a lot of good shit, man. Yeah, that's
Scorpion.
That's Scorpion, all right.
Scorpion's a man.
Scorpion.
Yeah, son. So
That's what's up.
yo, also, yeah, what y'all know about my man right here?
Oh shit. What is that, man?
That's Catboy, man.
I don't know who Catboy is. I honestly don't know who Catboy is.
Like, see, the things I got a son, and he loves PJ Mask. So
PJ.
okay.
PJ, all right.
PJ, PJ, yep, you already know.
My daughter watches that.
All right, man. So I think that'll do it for us. So, hip hop, man. Thank you for being on. Plug your shit, man. Where can people find you?
Yo, man, you can find me on hot97.com and Hot 97's YouTube channel. Soon you're gonna be able to find me on BET in a big way. All right, big way. So stay tuned for that. I'm working with B&H Photo right now, so stay tuned for some interesting lifestyle content coming with B&H. That's gonna be very exciting. Other than that, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything is HipHopGamer. Hit me up. My PSN ID is real-HipHopGamer, and my Steam is HipHopGamer as well. And I don't really play on Xbox that much, but Real Hip Hop Gamer is my Xbox gamer tag as well. And just hit me up, man. Let's have some fun, play some games. And yo, Tone, I got something coming to me. And when that comes, I'm gonna have to be on the show again just for a little while because I plan on changing people's lives.
That's what's up, man. All right, and my man, and my man Andrew. I hope you had a good time tonight, man. Chilling with the Throwdown crew,
And that was good times, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to come, man. Just a great time with you and the crew. So I really appreciate it. You can find me at theshowradio.info. Once again, that's theshowradio.info. And definitely shout outs to Daniela, my co-host. Her thing is Miss DJM on Twitter. I'm at Uriah, which is URIYYA.
That's what's up. By the way, I love how hip hop just dipped before we even did the proper outro. He always does that shit. But anyway, man, let us wrap this shit up here. So thank you for watching and listening. Subscribe to Throwdown on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Throwdown Show. Links are located in the description below. Once again, our show is Tony Polanco, and tonight shown by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys, and don't forget to pick up Mosaic number 8.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everybody.
Brett Murdoch.
Have a good night and get good.
Adam Vale.
Later, people.
My man Andrew Alliance.
Man, God bless y'all, man. Thanks so much.
And Brian Manjoma.
Microsoft says that they want to be the Netflix of video games, right? All I'm saying is that Netflix has some original and exclusive content.
Oh shit! And that's why I say Brian for last. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Later.
Later, guys.